Stranded in the open, dried out tears of sorrow, lacking all emotion, to a new tomorrow.
don't know. You're not God. You don't have the answers. You don't have the answers, Connor. You don't have the answers. Let's just stay like you don't have the answers.
Big up, everybody. Welcome back to DJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another episode of It's One of Those Things. I believe it's episode 18. Welcome to the new setup, everybody. I spent all week reorganizing, getting my setup more professional, whatever you want to call that. And of course, you know, just getting hyped about this new season, recharging the batteries a little bit. Make sure you guys are smashing the likes. Make sure you're commenting. I got a new mic. Let me know how it sounds. It sounds pretty good in my head. So again, this is a Q&A. This is back and forth. I'll also be talking about the Arsenal versus Athletic Club match that happened yesterday. Was very, very impressed with the performance out of Mikel Arteta's squad. I am not depending on him to keep that going, but we will see. We'll get into that. But I did want to give you guys a little bit of a life update. I have not been live for the last couple of weeks just because I have a lot going on. In my personal life right now, some good, some bad. I don't want you guys to worry about it so much, but I know it's not an excuse. You guys deserve the best content possible. You deserve the best content to be consistent. So that is what I'm trying to do moving forward, especially with the new season coming up. You will see American Idiots return. You will see more solo streams. You will see more match reactions, and you will see more watch along. So stay in this space. We are going to continue to build, and we are going to get to 2K before the end of let's set a goal. Before the end of September, we are going to get to 2K on this channel. Period. End of story. I'm looking at the camera now. So let me know what you guys think of the new setup. Smash a like, leave a comment, and let's just go ahead and get into it. Arsenal beat Athletic Club 3-0 at the Emirates. Victor Gyökeres. No, I am not going to do the celebration, but Victor Gyökeres absolutely cooking the entire time he was on the pitch. I believe he got yanked around the 60th minute. I was just extremely impressed with what I saw. I did not watch any, and I'll be honest with you guys, I did not watch any of the matches before this for the preseason, just due to things going on. But I've literally heard all this stuff about, oh, well, Gyökeres, he had 0 passes completed, 0 shots on, or when he had a shot on target, it went right at the goalkeeper. You did not see that during this match. The amount of strength, just starting off the match, he drew a yellow card off of his strength alone. Just the fact that he was keeping somebody off the ball, he drew a foul. That is exactly what we want to see, and you would never see that out of the likes of a Gabriel Jesus or Kai Havertz in the 9. Period, end of story. He was getting in behind, staying on side, if you can believe it. staying on side, making good runs. And this is an athletic club, by the way, that shouldn't be disrespected. 4th in La Liga last season, and they're in the Champions League this season. So this is the kind of competition that we're going to be playing against moving forward. And we looked good. We looked very good. There were only 2 or 3 times where it looked like we lost control of the play. The rest of the time we were fine. And I took a bunch of game notes. So I hope you guys are okay with me going through this, because I took a bunch of game notes, just pointing out some things that impressed me. Arsenal starting 11: David Raya, Jurrien Timber, William Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Declan Rice, Zubamendi, Odegaard, Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Bukayo Saka. So I was extremely impressed with this, because Arteta played a formation that I believe he should be playing going forward. 4-2-3-1, double pivot 6, Rice kind of playing in that 8 role on the left, but Zubamendi absolutely cooking in that 6 position today. I'm not even just talking about assists. I'm just talking about his presence on the ball, the fact that he can win the ball back. He is showing that he could be better than who we had previously in that position. Period. End of story. Gabriel moved really, really well today. He didn't look like he was coming off of an ACL injury today. He looked fantastic today. Him and Saliba, I hope they get back to that center back pairing that we love to see in the league. Best center back pairing in the league, period, bar none. We need to see that again today, or this season. Jurrien Timber looked a little bit shaky. I'm not going to lie to you. We'll go to player ratings a little bit, but I need to just kind of wrap through. Jurrien Timber was given the ball away a little bit cheaply in our final third a couple of times. He had a couple of chances in the offense in the final third of Athletic Club, but again, like, there were times there when I was like, I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. Calafiori, I mean, he played pretty well. I'm not going to lie. Did he stand out? Not necessarily, but he wasn't good. He wasn't bad. Let's just be honest. It was a friendly. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to rake him over the cold for it. We know who's going to be starting in the left back position, and that is Miles Lewis-Skelly, who is on the back of this shirt, by the way. We are running youth prop this season, period, end of story. I'll get to the chat here in a minute, guys. If you guys have questions that you want me to answer, I'm probably going to go for about 30 minutes. So I'll get to those questions here in a minute. Declan Rice, solid today. Solid. Showed a ton of pace going back. Was really, really impressed with Declan Rice today. Very responsible on the ball. This is the Declan Rice that we need to see moving forward this season, period. Zubamendi, already talked about, great assist, was bossing that midfield. If we play that double pivot 6 most of the season, I think we're going to cook. Gabriel Martinelli, look, we got to talk about, I'm going to go left to right in the midfield. Gabriel Martinelli looked good during spells of the first half, which is why I was like, oh man, like I hope he plays there for most of the match. Like, I hope he gets a good amount of time in, and he got subbed off at halftime because he was still making some of the mistakes in the final third that you see him make last season and the season before that. He goes in too far into the final third, and by the time he's almost to the goal line, he just doesn't know what to do with it. And then he starts looking up, looking for a pass, and the play has already passed him by. Like this, I was kind of taking the piss, and and you'll hear this tomorrow on American Waffle. I'm not going to be on American Waffle tomorrow, but you'll see this on American Waffle. I put him, and this is pure hopium, as my player that will surprise us this season for Arsenal, that he will come through on the left. But today he just looked like he was, other than the assist, it looked today like he was the same Martinelli. He had a good assist on the Saka goal. I think Odegaard really generated that. He really just had to tap it to Saka for the open goal. I would expect a professional footballer to be able to do that, but Martinelli, I hope I'm proven wrong. Let's just say that. Odegaard looked fantastic today. I'm not going to lie. This is the season where Odegaard needs to prove himself, and he needs to prove that he's the Arsenal captain. He had if football had pre-assists, he would have had 2 or 3 of them today. He was fantastic in the midfield today, winning balls. I believe he put the one over the top for Martinelli to Saka on the second goal. Was fantastic. I thought he looked really, really good. And again, it goes back to what I was talking about when we got Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres creates space. He was getting double team, triple team through a lot of the passages of play throughout the match. He is going to create a ton of space for these players because he is now a threat. He has to be concentrated on. Has to be. Otherwise, you saw what he did when he was being marked by one or two players. Imagine what the rest of the team can do when he's creating that amount of space for him. He looked great. He looked great today. I'm not going to lie. Bukayo Saka, man of the match, go far and away. Far and away. Involved in all 3 goals directly. Obviously, his open net goal in the second half was fantastic, but he won that ball for Havertz. He set Havertz free on that breakaway. Good finish by Havertz. I'm not going to take that away from him, but without Bukayo Saka today, we don't score any of those 3 goals. He was cooking on that right side. Through the first 15 minutes, he owned that entire match. This is the Bukayo Saka, healthy Bukayo Saka that we know can be an absolute world-class player if he is played correctly and he's not played into the ground. He's healthy. You can tell he's ready to go. He was putting in balls from like literally from the goal line. He would go in there, he would look up, and the difference between him and Martinelli is that he can actually cut back and make a pass to the midfield. You saw that in the Gyökeres goal back to Zubimendi, perfectly placed cross in from Zubimendi there. And Gyökeres with the absolute great finish. I heard he couldn't head, by the way. I thought Sesko was the guy that was supposed to be putting the headers in. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. But Bukayo Saka just absolutely cooking the entire time he was on the pitch today. I was extremely, extremely impressed with him. If this is the Bukayo Saka that we see through the entire season without injury, then we could see a career year out of Bukayo Saka. Career year. All right. Before I get into the player ratings today, go ahead and smash the likes. I'm going to go ahead and go through the chat. Big up everybody that is already in the chat. Big up AJ, my guy. He says, big up every time. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to you. Sorry for starting a little late. I was on Sarcasm City giving in predictions. I'm not going to do a prediction show here. We will do, we're going to resume American Idiots. We're going to resume doing game day predictions. But if you want my predictions, go over to Staffy TV. He'll be talking about those on American Waffle tomorrow. Big up Will, the absolute fraud, criminal, loser, Real Madrid fan. Keeps giving me shit about not streaming. Big up Will. Bullying does work, apparently. Big up Hugo. Big up Hugo. Hugo, we need to have you on some more match reactions this season, my guy. We need to have you on. TJ, you have me on IG if you need anything. Thank you. I appreciate that, my guy. I appreciate that. Big up Joanne Smith. Big up Joanne Smith. Oh, man. That profile picture is hilarious. It's missing a Gyökeres 14 on the back. Yeah, well, if I can get the white third kit, that's exactly what's going on the back. Is that Gyökeres 14, baby? He looks good. He looks cooking, and I love that and by the way, I didn't go live immediately after he got signed. I went live when the links were there, and we were on the verge of here we go. The balls that it took for him to just be like, yeah, I'm the 14. I am your next big striker. I am the 14. And he came in and he's looking like he's going to cook this season. I'm telling you, 20 goals, man. I need 20 goals in the league. I have not watched friendlies, all shit from Arsenal. I mean, the friendly for the Emirates Cup was good. The rest of the friendlies I've heard weren't that good. So I honestly didn't watch them. I might go back and watch the highlights, but I didn't watch them. Just far too busy with stuff going on in real life. Havertz's goal was impressive, not going to lie. I agree. It was very, very impressive. I'm not going to take it away from him. He showed a lot of pace for a guy that was just coming off of a massive, hamstring injury. Showed a lot of pace. I was impressed. I was impressed with him on that goal. The rest of it, I'm not impressed with Kai Havertz. Period. End of story. I'm going to need to see a lot more. Need to see a lot more. Zubi-Doo is class. Yeah. Marquee signing. People forget that Liverpool were drooling over this guy during the transfer window last season, and they didn't bring him in. He didn't want to go to Liverpool. He wanted to come to Arsenal. So he waited that season. Now he's here at Arsenal. I think he's going to cook in that right-sided 6. I think he's going to absolutely cook. I cannot wait to watch Zubamendi this season. Cannot wait. It's going to be great. Hugo with the question. Big up Hugo with the question, and big up Scott here. I see Scott is in here as well. Keep those questions coming. Keep the chat bumping. He says, is Eze really the answer at left wing? Okay, so here's my thoughts. I don't think we're going to get Eze. I think that if we were going to get Eze, if Eze really wanted to move from Crystal Palace, we would be hearing a lot more from the player. He's going to stick at Crystal Palace, I think, for at least one more season. It's unfortunate for us because I think we need a little bit more creativity on the left. Martinelli is not that creative spark we need on the left. And when Madueke came in yesterday, he created some chances. He put in some dangerous balls in the 12-yard box. But other than that, like, there was, number one, there wasn't really anybody on the end of them. And number two, like, I want somebody that can hold up the play or is able to hold up the play on the left. And we really haven't seen that from other than Martinelli or other than from Trossard, and Trossard isn't even in the team. So it's one of those things where you know where obviously tagging the title of the show. You see that Trossard was able to do that, and he was technical on the left. The problem was he couldn't start games, and he looked like he needed 70 minutes to wake up. And that was when he was brought in, he was a spark. But when he started games at left wing, everybody in this chat knows that it took him a long time for him to get going. He was always that spark off the bench. So yeah, left wing. If I'm going based off of today, I think Madueke is going to start over there, and it's going to be underwhelming. To be honest with you, it's going to be completely underwhelming. So we'll see what happens. I really wish Eze would come in. If Eze came in at left wing, I would say we might win the league, but because we need that creativity over there. But I don't think Arsenal are going to do it. I really don't. Big up, guys. Make sure you're smashing the likes. How many likes do we got? Do we got 9 likes? Do we got 10 likes? We got 10 likes. Get it up to 15 likes before the end of the stream. Get it up there. Trade Trossard for Visa. There's no way that Brentford will do that. Brentford are going to need him, period. They're going to need him. If Visa doesn't have a good season, Brentford are going down. That's just the long and the short of it. I talked about this a little bit on the Sarcasm City show, and I don't mean to go off kilter too much here, but and I didn't follow Brentford a lot, but with Thomas Frank leaving, I don't think that they got an adequate replacement as manager. I believe they put in their free kick specialist as their new manager, or their set piece specialist. Sorry, not free kick. Their set piece specialist going in there and managing. And this is his first job as a first team manager. I think he was an assistant manager at a couple of different championship teams, but you're putting in a manager who has never managed the first team into a Brentford team that just lost Mbeumo, who was a big generator for them, and Norgard, who obviously wasn't the talisman for him, but he was a solid midfielder for them. And you could argue, TJ, they brought in Kelleher. Okay, great. Kelleher is one player. They have 10 outfield players and a coach that has never coached at a first team level, let alone in any other league. But in the Prem, dude, I don't know. I think Brentford are sleepwalking. I think they are sleepwalking towards a relegation. Big up, Scott. Big up, Scott. He says, big up, TJ. Hope you're doing well. Living the CMO schedule for streaming once a year. Dude, I need to get back on it. I'm telling you. I need to get back on it. I will try to be a little bit more consistent, especially since the season's now starting, right? Preseason hype. That's all I'm going to say. Preseason hype. Madueke actually looked decent. I agree. He looked decent today or yesterday. I say today because I watched the match today. But yeah, no, Madueke looked good. I think I actually made some notes. He looked good on that left side, to be fair, but let's see how he does in the Prem. I think he's going to start against Man United. I am not even going to lie to you. I think he's going to start against Man United. Brentford want Trossard, so that trade is more likely than anything, but well, we'll see. I'm perfectly fine with him being wrong. I'm perfectly fine with that. If we bring in Wisa, I'll be very, very happy. Big up Arteta is a loser. And so are you for backing him. Big up. Why not? Good to see you. Big up Cubed. Big up Cubed as well. Cubed, we need to get you back on the show, get you back on the channel here very, very soon. I'm going to keep this one a little bit short tonight, but we need to have you on as soon as possible. Really, really enjoyed talking with you. And stop airing me on WhatsApp. Stop airing me on WhatsApp. Son to LAFC. How are you not excited about that? How are you not excited about that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Who else is in here? Big up Donna Cullen. Donna Cullen's here. Big up. Let's see. Who else is in here? Warrior J. Big up Warrior J. Big up TJ. Hope you're well, brother. My question is that if you don't get a result against Man United today, will you be slightly concerned? Yeah, I will be very concerned. Anything less than 3 points against this Man United squad is a failure, in my opinion. Somebody asked me this during the Sarcasm City Q&A, so I'm going to go ahead and just bring it up right now and get it out of the way. TJ, do your first 6 fixtures worry you? So who do we got in the first 6 fixtures? I'll go ahead and say it. Man United away, I think we should win, especially with the way Gyökeres was cooking today. You bring in the form that we had today against Man United. You bring in the form today that we had against Athletic Club against Man United. I think we win 1 or 2-0. I'm not even going to lie to you. 1 or 2-0. Maybe we concede maybe a 2-1. You know what? Let's just go ahead and say 2-1 because we always concede at Old Trafford. It's unfortunate, but it's an unfortunate fact. If anybody in the chat can look it up, when was the last time we held a clean sheet at Old Trafford? I honestly don't remember. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say 2-1. If we don't get a result, that's a huge loss of 3 points because we have Leeds next, Leeds at home on August 23rd, which I believe we're going to win. Then we have Liverpool away, which I don't think we're going to win that match. Liverpool, Anfield. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Nottingham Forest at home, we should beat them. And then Man City at home. I mean, it all depends. It all depends. I think, is Rodri out until September? How long is Rodri out for? Let me know in the comments. But that's worrying that Rodri is injured for a little bit longer, still taking care of that ACL injury. Let's see. He was a Championship TV analyst, wasn't he? I think he was. You're talking about the Brentford first team coach? Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, I'm worried for him. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm worried for him. Let's keep going. Q says, when we're going to LAFC versus Sporting or Rapids win. Can't wait to see your face when Sonny dunks on another team of yours. I'm going to go. So Q, if you come out to Kansas City, you can come and stay with me and Nat. We will. Yeah, you want to go to the Sporting game next season against LAFC? Let's do it. Because yeah, I was going to get tickets to that team regardless. Young Men's son. Yeah, I want to go see him. He's a Prem legend. Let's be real with it. He's a Prem legend, let alone a Spurs legend. I hated playing against him, but I would love to see him play against LAFC or play for LAFC. Okay. Sorry, I got a text from Nat. All right. Because Sun is yesterday's news, it's all about Savinho now. Yeah, Savinho now linked with Manchester, with a move away from Manchester City over to Tottenham. I think he improves Tottenham. I'm not sure why Man City are giving up on him so quick. There were a lot of games last season where he might not have been able to finish as much, but I think he looked very, very dangerous on the wings for Man City. He absolutely cooked Calafiori when we played against him at the Etihad last season. So I think they're giving up on him a little bit too easily, but hey, you know what? This is a win for Tottenham. And if Man City don't rate him, links, how many people, other than Cole Palmer have moved away from Man City if cooked? You get cooked, you get sent away from Man City. There's a reason for it. Pep Guardiola is not a scrub. Undergoes, that's a massive understatement, obviously, but don't disrespect my GOAT. Tommy will never be yesterday's news. Or Sonny will never be yesterday's news. Okay. What are you winning this season? Big up Will for the question. You want to know what I think we're going to win? I think we're going to win the FA Cup. I'm going out on a limb. I'm predicting we're going to win the FA Cup. Don't ask me why. I think that Arteta needs to win something to keep his job this season. And I don't think getting to a Champions League semifinal and getting top 4 is going to do it. I think we're going to win the FA Cup. I think we're going to actually take it seriously this season because we have to give something to these fans that have shown and been patient with Arteta for the last 6 years. This is his 7th season. His 6th full season, but his 7th season in charge of the club. He's won one legitimate trophy, which is the FA Cup with Unai Emery's team. So you have to win in front of cardboard cutouts at Wembley, by the way. And he needs to be sending Aubameyang thank you cards for the amount of times that he bailed him out during that FA Cup run. Like, people don't forget that, by the way. People don't forget that. So yeah, it's trophy or see you later. And I said that last season, but honestly, the Kroenkes need to show that they have balls and they're going to actually be serious about moving forward. Especially with the amount of money that they spent and with the quality of player that they spent bringing in Victor Gyökeres. Victor Gyökeres is 29 years old. He's not going to be at this prime of his career forever. Zubimendi, same thing. Gabriel Saliba's looking like, he's dipping his toe into Spain transfer rumors. Like, yourself, Will, you're texting me every so often about, hey, just keep Saliba on ice for me. It's like, ugh, easy, nothing. Yeah, we'll see. 2020 was the last clean sheet at OT. Yeah, were we playing in front of cardboard cutouts? Again. OT scares me, but if we don't beat this Man United team at OT, then it's looking long this season, early. Let's see, I was wrong. 2024 goal 1-0 at OT. Was it? Hold on. Man United versus Arsenal. Am I making that up? Last 10 matches. No, it's Premier League. At OT, it was 1-1. Let me look. At Man United, yeah, you're right. May 12th, we got a clean sheet. I can't believe that. I forgot about that. Okay. Took a little too many hits to the head. TJ, question please, bro. Donnarumma is available for £26 million. Would you do it and make Raya our number 2? No, I would not. I would not do that. David Raya is our number 1. He's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's two Golden Gloves in a row. He is. If we are going to spend £26 million, spend it somewhere else. Spend it giving me a left winger. Spend it giving me Eze. Do not run me Donnarumma. And people forget Donnarumma. There's a reason why PSG doesn't want him. It's not because he's old. It's not because he's washed. It's because he makes mistakes. People tend to forget that Donnarumma he's a great goalkeeper. Don't get me wrong, but he is prone to mistakes. I think that Raya, especially in the Premier League, is a lot more consistent. And, as much as I hate to say it, he fits Arteta's system really, really well. He doesn't really make many mistakes playing out the back. Like, he is unfortunately Arteta's keeper. So I don't see that ever happening. But big up to you for the question. Get your final questions in here, guys. I'm going to be done here in a minute. I'm going to do some quick player ratings for this past match, and then I am out of here. And I'm only really going to rate the players that went on and made a big difference here. So yeah, and please like the stream if you have not already. We are at 13 likes. We want 15 likes. We are doing some CPR on this channel, baby. We're doing some CPR. It's time to do it. TJ, I'm calling it now. He's throwing the League Cup and FA Cup in the bin again. If he does, man, sack him. I'm Arteta out until convinced otherwise, but yeah, sack him if he does that. And do me a favor. Early rounds of the FA Cup, can we not draw a Premier League team, please? Can we get why can't we get an Oxford United? Why can't we get a Preston North End? We get them in the Carabao Cup, but why can't we get a Premier League team or a championship team or a League One or a League Two team? Why can't we play Notts County? You know what I mean? Why don't we get a Wrexham? We always get difficult teams. It seems like in the early rounds of the FA Cup. That being said, we didn't against Nottingham Forest back in 21 and we got pammed. Oh, this team stresses me out. Speaking of frauds, I haven't been to Football Cardinal channels in a while. I need to go back and see his wild take soon. Yeah, no, he's an absolute fraud. Go and subscribe to Football Carnage TV if you want to get gaslit and yelled at by Will. Go over there for sure. All right, getting into the player ratings for this past match. We'll go ahead and just start with the goalkeeper. David Raya, he really wasn't challenged all that much. I'm going to give him a 7. He looked fine. Really wasn't challenged. Again, played the ball out the back really, really well. David Raya, 7, probably could be an 8, but I'm going to give him a 7. Calafiori gets a 6. Had a couple of good. He's looking a little bit more comfortable in the final third, but I still don't trust him moving forward. I think he's a defensive liability at left back. He got subbed off for Ben White at halftime. Again, that could just be rotation, seeing what Ben White can do at left back. But again, I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. And obviously Ben White moved over to center back. You had, what's his face? You had Miles Lewis-Skelly come on a little bit later, got a yellow card, but it is what it is. Gabriel gets a solid 8 for me. He looked fantastic today. Again, like I said at the beginning of the show, he's looking like that knee injury is not bothering him. We need a healthy Gabriel this season. He's arguably our best center back. There was times last season where Saliba looked very, 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 very shaky. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at Gabriel to be that rock, that unofficial captain who's the captain, but he's not really wearing the armband. But in terms of defensive captains, he is the guy. He is the guy. So yeah, 8 for Gabriel, 7.5 for Saliba. Looks good. Really, really need him to step up and have a better season than he did last season. He looked absolutely lost without Gabriel there. Kiwior, not good enough for me. So, Mascara, I need him to cook for us in depth positions this season. He needs to be able to come on and be a relief. We cannot keep throwing 90 minutes at Gabriel and Saliba all season long. And I think that was a big reason why you saw the injuries that you saw last season, was because we were overplaying them. So yeah, big 7.5 for Will Saliba. Urian Timber gets a 6 for me today. He looked really, really shaky in certain passages of play in that game. Again, he looks very, very comfortable when he's inverting from that right side. He's very comfortable playing in the final third. But again, there were a couple of times, especially in the first half, where he made some decisions in our half that I really wasn't comfortable with. Gave the ball away, I think, 1 or 2 times. So yeah, Urian Timber, I need to see a little bit more out of you. But yeah, 6, standard 6, I would say, just because I'm not rating anybody less than a 6. Everybody played well enough to do that. Declan Rice gets a 7, solid, probably 7.5. Let's be real. Was really, really solid. Ball winning, was streaking. Showed that he has speed. He has a lot of energy this season. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. Had a lot of good ball winning performance. Actually, you know what? Let's look at his stats. I want to see Declan Rice's stats. Yeah, 68 touches, 96% accuracy for passes. That's not bad. 5 out of 5 on long balls. Yeah, he killed today. Ground duels, only won 4 ground duels. So maybe not so good at winning the ball today, but had a lot of good, was very, very good at passing. So good for Declan Rice. Zubamendi gets a I want to rate him a 9, but then it's going to cheapen the 9 that I'm going to give here in a minute. So I'm going to give Zubamendi an 8. Incredible assist on Gyökeres's goal. Was winning the ball in the midfield. He is going to be a solid replacement for Thomas Partey. I am really, really looking forward to seeing this guy cook in our midfield. Zubamendi is one of the players that I am looking forward to most this season watching. So yeah, big up Zubamendi. He gets an 8 for me today. Gabriel Martinelli gets a 6 for all the reasons that I already talked about. Still doesn't look comfortable on that left wing, was replaced by Madueke. Obviously got the assist for Saka's goal, but if he hadn't gotten that assist, I mean, he would probably be getting a 5 from me, to be honest with you. Martin Odegaard looked really good today. I'm going to give him a 7, or yesterday, I should say. I keep saying today, but that's just because I watched the match today. Yeah, no, he gets a solid 7. Was really, really good. in the midfield, generated the pre-assists on the 2 goals. 7.5 probably. Odegaard looked really, really good. Bukayo Saka was the man of the match. He gets a 9. He was absolutely incredible today. Involvement on all 3 goals. Had that right side of the pitch on strings throughout most of the match. I was just extremely impressed with him today. If that's the Bukayo Saka we see this season, then we're going to be cooking people. And he could be player of the season. He is my early pick for player of the season. I think he's going to get the most GA out of the team, even with Gyökeres in it. I think he's going to be generating most of the goals this season. So, yeah, I think he's going to be the GA leader for the team. He might be the assist leader, and he'll definitely be in the top 5 for assists in the Premier League this season. You can go ahead and mark that down right now. Big up Jason Carter in the chat too, my guy. I see you. Okay. And then last but not least, out of the starting 11, Victor Gyökeres gets a 8.5. He was so solid today. He could have had 3 goals. That second header could have been a goal as well. I think he was getting marked pretty heavily. So I think that he's going to take his chances during the Prem or in the Prem. But today, that is the Victor Gyökeres that we signed today. I didn't watch any of the preseason matches. I was getting, before this, I was getting a bunch of banter thrown my way about Victor Gyökeres not producing right off the bat. 2 games in the preseason. We just brought him in. He had just gotten off the plane from Portugal. Let's relax. I think let's give him the first couple of games in the Prem and see how he does. I think he's going to create a ton of space for other players on the pitch. And I think that just having him on there as a presence, giving how he did for Sporting last season in both league and the Champions League, let's just give him some time. But he looked fantastic today, looked strong on the ball, took his header well. He was fantastic today. So yes, I'm going to give him an 8.5. Anybody else coming off the bench? I think Madueke was good. I was going to give him a 7. Mosquera looked good. I was going to give him a 7 as well. Kai Havertz looked really, really good. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Obviously took his goal well. And yeah, I think that's all that's really worth mentioning. Obviously, Ethan Nwaneri getting some microwave minutes. Mikel Moreno getting some microwave minutes. Really not too much worth mentioning there. Ben White looked solid. Again, really wasn't tested. We controlled this match really, really well. Athletic Club just didn't look up for it, especially in that second half. They just didn't look up for it. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Like I said, really, really quick video. Just wanted to get something out there. Let me know who's live right now. I think Flawless is live, so we'll go over to him. Make sure that you guys are smashing the likes. Make sure that you guys are subbing to the channel if you're new. American Idiots will be back. We will be back on Sunday. After the Manchester United match, we will be going live. Let me see. I know that I think the Barbados podcast is going Sarcasm City, and I'm going to answer the last few questions that I saw in there in the chat as well. TJ, how are you feeling about the Arsenal ladies? I think they're going to win the league. That's what I think. I love the Arsenal ladies. I think they're going to – they set an example that I think the men should follow, to be honest with you. TJ, AC Milan want both Kiwior and Zinni plus cash. Use them for Leao and fix the left wing. If you want cash, throw all the cash at Eze. Throw the cash at Rodrigo. Don't throw the cash at Leao. Leao has shown that he's shaky. He's streaky. I don't trust Leao on the left, to be honest. Is he an improvement on what we have now? Yeah. But on form right now, is that really saying much? I don't think so. I really don't think so. But yeah, big up Jason Carter. Big up everybody in the chat. We're going to go ahead and wrap up. Again, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out during this quick match reaction. If you are watching this on playback, make sure that you're smashing a like, commenting. You don't like my ratings, go ahead and put it in the channel. Go ahead and put it in the comments. I really don't care, but I like bantering with the comments section. It's always fun for me. So again, guys, this has been TJ Warren TV, and we will see you next time. Go over to Flawless and say TJ Warren TV raid, and we will see you next time. Later.
You don't have the. You don't have the answers.
Do
DJ.
you have the answer?
You don't have the answers.
Tony, do you
You
have
You
the
don't
answer?
have the answers.
You don't have
DJ.
the answer
You
either.
don't have the answer.